Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world today. Some are awake, some are still in bed, I guess. It's just an opportunity to say hello to everyone again. It's been a while. We're right now heading to the Court of Appeal in Abuja for a bail variation hearing, which has been stalled for some time now regarding our unjust, unfair, burdensome, cumbersome trial in Abuja for exercising our rights to protest against the useless government in our country last August, for which I was unlawfully arrested and detained for months. So they've kept us in court since that time, and a bail, when we were eventually granted bail, the bail was itself very burdensome. And I've been in Abuja for almost a year now. Yes. I was spending 5 months first in this city in detention, and then after that came the lockdown. But before the lockdown, the government kept stalling over the trial. So, but today, after twice making an attempt to get a hearing at the Court of Appeal, we are going back to the Court of Appeal. When we first went, we sat in court. Our case was number 3. It's had over 20 cases. They never got to our case. And today we are going back there to resume our request to quash the bail conditions, so that we can be relieved of all those unnecessary conditions. We don't know what will happen, but I've been told that we're at case number 2 today, and the trial, our case will soon be here. So we're heading to court, and there's a little bit of traffic due to the lockdown in Nigeria. I hope all of you guys are safe wherever you may be. It's been a very hectic year because of the pandemic all over the place, around the world. And of course, we have double jeopardy here, or tragedy. We have the coronavirus pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic here, but we also have a leadership pandemic in Nigeria. That one doesn't go away, and we have not been able to find a vaccine to cure it. Only a revolution can cure that one. So guys, so we're heading to court, and I wanted to, as I usually do, just say hello to all of you. I appreciate you guys for reaching out all the time. Some of you reach out privately, some on Facebook, some on Twitter, Instagram, some by word of mouth, sending messages to me, some sending support. Thank you so much. We will never stop fighting for the soul of our own space, and ensure that nobody takes us for granted in our lifetime, that we fight for our own generation to be able to breed, and also fight for the generations to come, that they have a place of dignity in life. And I also want to use this opportunity to throw our support to our brothers, sisters, mothers and fathers who are grieving in the United States and fighting against racism over there. My heart is with you. If I was on the ground, I would be part of the protest. In fact, I regularly participate in protests in New York known as "Fuck the Police" protests, whenever there's police brutality in the States. But here we have a problem that's even worse than racism. We have bigotry, we have corruption, we have incompetence, all kinds of crimes against humanity here. And the way policemen are killing over there, our policemen are killing way more than that per day. They kill for fun, they kill for money, they kill for people in power, they kill over girlfriends, boyfriends. Police will kill you for any reason here. And without reducing the struggle against police brutality in the US to something that is irrelevant, because I don't like to make this comparison. Wherever there's injustice, we must fight it. But we have a problem here at home that we must fight. And sometimes I wonder when our people get more interested in fighting for George Floyd, who was killed in the US, whereas there were 11 people killed on the first week of the lockdown by our security agencies. Nobody's even talking about them anymore. Yesterday, a motorcyclist was killed, over 100 naira bribe to a policeman. Nobody's talking about it. Girls are getting raped and killed every day in this country. The president is not even talking about it. You know? But if it was a foreign situation, all of them would be issuing statements. But we must understand that our battle is to be fought holistically. You can't be fighting small battles knowing where the big problem is. Leadership is a big problem, you know, here. That's the reason. This is Abuja. This is their city. This is the federal capital of, federal criminal territory of Nigeria. We have to ensure in our lifetime that we liberate this country, especially liberate our country from the tiny minority of people here in Abuja who are wreaking havoc on our people. Economic, political, social, cultural havoc on our people. So, and I'm glad that we're seeing a higher level of consciousness right now among young people, older people who are talking about so many of them are apologizing for not believing us in 2018, 2019, and yeah, particularly 2019 when we stood for election. Election never took place, but they declared a winner. And when we saw that election never took place, we went to the next level, which is a higher level of resistance, by calling for national protest. And we were abused, insulted, incarcerated, and now we are under forced trial. But people are more conscious now, but consciousness is not something you have for a moment and then you abandon for another moment. It's like oxygen. If you don't have it, you are dead. So I hope people understand that the level of consciousness that is growing now have to be sustained, and it must graduate to something else, of direct action. I've been seeing some of our stars, throwing out some conscious vibes. I hope it's not just one of those things they do for the sake of, getting sympathy. That is real. That one day all of us will put our feet and boots to the ground and chase the crazy bad heads out of town. So, guys, I want to thank you for all that you're doing, sustaining this consciousness. It has to be sustained. There's no alternative to that, and it doesn't matter. I've always said, whether I'm here with you or not, whether I'm incarcerated or dead, nobody can postpone the day of judgment in this country. I think the oppressed are tired, and they are tired of carrying the burden of the oppressors, and they are tired of being deceived, they are tired of being raped, they are tired of being robbed, and they are tired of being denigrated and desecrated every day by the authorities here in power, who are looting and destroying the commonwealth of this nation. So I'm here, and I decided, contrary to the expectation, that I would never run away. This is my country, Nigeria. I don't have any other country. I've never applied to become a citizen of another country other than Nigeria. I don't begrudge those who have dual citizenship. It's a right, but it's a choice I made since I arrived in the US and until I left last year, July, and came to Nigeria to further the struggle for freedom in our country. So, guys, I will, as I usually do, just thank some of our regulars. I see Alex Labanji here. I see Lucky Tega Tire, Olajumoke, Omola Yodele Ezekiel Ozumbakon, who is watching just now. Williams Ade Boale. My man Olufala Olufaloye, Humble Prince. Good to see you. Prince Adeboye Lawson. So you have a sincere question. It's so some of my people are saying that we have abandoned revolution now for Odua Republic. That's not true. Our position on revolution now stands. I don't also begrudge people who are campaigning for, you know, a nation where they think they can find justice. But I don't believe that breaking up Nigeria will solve Nigeria's problem. Because in breaking up Nigeria, we have just broken up a big problem into smaller pieces. And every part of the smaller piece, we have their own genetic problems. And if what I'm hearing is correct, some of our people who are shouting for Odua Republic might inadvertently be working for politicians who are just using that agenda to negotiate for a political position in 2023. So let's be guided. Let's be guided. I know these politicians very well. I've worked against them. I've never worked with them before for years, and I know their antics. But that is not to say that people don't have legitimate right to ask for self-determination. I support that, but I'm not part of people who have abandoned the revolution now struggle for the balkanization of Nigeria. I don't believe that a divided Nigeria will solve Nigeria's problem, will solve anybody's problem. Yes. So, thank you. So, I see K. Ram here, Tari Roberts, thank you. Oladujoy Felix, thank you so much. It's Abbas Ajevene, thank you. Sandra Uti, thank you. Lukman Taiwo Bakre, thank you. Brooks T. Hubo, thank you so much. Tuskas, thank you. So people say they're even planning rallies. There are people already who have sent me songs for 2023. Some people have made t-shirts, but you know, as I've always told you, we can't have 2023 without ending 2020 with our dignity intact, without ending 2021 with, you know, our dignity intact, without ending 2022 with our dignity intact and being alive. And if you give these guys who are in power today a chance, we are all doomed. Doomed, you know. I'm not saying that as an exaggeration. That's how they are wired. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about anybody. They care about themselves and their pockets. So, Saul Aleto, thank you so much, Saul. We had a great meeting recently. Musa Freedom, my friend there, and comrade. Martins, the Gym of Four. Martins is my senior Geography and Planning Department, University of Lagos. Martinzo, good to see you. Bayo Ogorotifa, it's a great comrade. Denuga Soyebo, good to see you. You came all the way from Chicago to see me in Abuja after I was released. Thank you so much. There's someone here whose name is Fiki. That's an interesting one. I only know about Freaky. That's Mr. Macaroni, who's an interesting comedian in Lagos, who I like. His character is, you know, symbolizes the rot in the society. You know, when I watch him sometimes, he says, you know, I have no shame. These leaders in Nigeria, they have no shame. They have no conscience. Yes. Jonah Haye, Payo, this is Payo Somoriga, one of dependable people in the US, Raj Momodu, Fola Kumi, Anike. So we're right now approaching the Court of Appeal. We're entering the gate of the Court of Appeal. I'm going to give you a sneak peek here. When we came last time, they locked the gate against us, claiming that there was a, I think you make it right. Is it the main building? That's the main building, right? Yes, go here. I think this is the main building. It says headquarters. This is the main building, right? So we've arrived at the courtroom, of the Court of Appeal. The court building, at the headquarters of the Court of Appeal. And we're going in now.